Like I say, good morning, everybody. I trust you had a peaceful sleep last night. Thank God. It's always good when you get a peaceful sleep. I mean, you went to bed relaxed, nothing on you, that you was worried about, concerned about. You had peace with God. You understand? But we had this adult conversation as it continues. Everybody's adults here, and I put the restricted kids thing on. I said I was going to give you some scriptures about the adultery and fornication. You can look at Exodus 20 and 14, which is considered an Old Testament, so that's back from the beginning of time. Then it came up to the New Testament, which I just like to call it a Bible story, a love story. But for, understanding purposes, I'm going to give these scriptures. Matthew 15 and 19, 1 Corinthians 6 and 9, Hebrews 13 and 4. And God shows here what he's displeased with. And then also we're going to go into the I think the question the Pharisees asked Jesus, why do you sit with the sinners? He says he didn't come to save the righteous, he come to save the sinners that was lost. And these things here could put us in the lost category, you understand? It's something that anything God is displeased with, they haven't got together, or not working on getting together, this sexual immoral that's displeasing to God, then we have to work on getting it together. That means you have to stop. People have to stop doing things that are displeasing to God if you want to make it. See, you look at that as a mental issue because now look, you got a split personality. Paul talked about the struggle of two natures. What I find myself doing, I ain't saying he had this problem, but he said what I find myself doing, I don't need to be doing. That's in, I think, Romans 7 and 24. And what I need to do, I can't do, Paul said. That's because of the spirit. Whatever he was going through, it was still in his mind. But he got over it sooner or later because Paul wrote the book of Romans, by the way. He gets credit for that, I think. And he says in Romans 8, you have to be led by the Spirit. Because flesh cannot deal with these things when Satan, tempt us in these areas right here. And like I said, this is one of the first thing. It's a universal sin, because it's a natural thing to, when you're married, to do these things. You have sex, because you're married. It's nothing undefiled in the bed when you're married.